Have you ever experienced a downright dreadful time flying with an airline? Well, it's safe to say that many of us have been there at some point. But today, let's dive into the story of an airline that consistently ranks as one of the most hated in the United States. We're talking about Spirit Airlines, one of the nation's top 10 carriers and one that seems to have mastered the art of customer dissatisfaction. You see, Spirit Airlines isn't just any airline, it's the airline that elicits 3 times more complaints per passenger than any of its counterparts. In fact, according to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, Spirit Airlines scored the lowest among major airlines in 2022, receiving a dismal rating of 63. Now, why is it that Spirit Airlines has earned such a notorious reputation? The first reason for Spirit Airlines' less than stellar reputation is its unique pricing strategy, often called the unbundled pricing model. This approach involves offering what seems like incredibly low base fares, but charges extra fees for almost everything beyond the basic ticket. In other words, you get a stripped down ticket at a seemingly unbeatable price, but you pay extra for anything beyond the absolute essentials. One significant example of this strategy dates back to 2007, when Spirit Airlines became the first U.S. airline to charge passengers for checked-in bags. Before this move, most airlines included the cost of checking a bag in the ticket price. However, Spirit decided to separate that cost, allowing them to advertise lower initial fares. So, while you may initially be drawn in by the unbelievably low ticket price, you soon realize that you have to pay additional fees for almost everything else. Want to choose your seat ahead of time? That's an extra charge. Planning to bring a carry-on bag? Another fee. Even printing your boarding pass at the airport comes with a cost. This pricing strategy can lead to feeling constantly nickel and dime throughout your journey. You end up paying extra for services that are typically included with other airlines, which can make the total cost of your trip higher than initially anticipated. But is it really all about saving money? It appears that Spirit Airlines has employed various cost-cutting measures in its quest to offer the lowest possible fares. One notable aspect is their seating arrangements, which are known for being cramped and configured to pack as many passengers as possible onto their planes. This can result in a less comfortable flying experience, with limited legroom and space. In addition to the seating arrangements, Spirit Airlines faced a pilot strike in 2010. 440 of its pilots went on strike due to concerns about their compensation compared to pilots at other similar airlines. The strike led to numerous flight cancellations and disruptions, leaving passengers inconvenienced and frustrated. But let's not stop there. Spirit Airlines' approach to advertising is another aspect that has contributed to its notoriety. The airline's advertising approach is another area where Spirit Airlines has drawn attention, often for being provocative and controversial. They have run ad campaigns that tie into current events and controversies, which has generated both public perception and significant media attention. For instance, some of their ads have been timed to coincide with ongoing news stories or trending topics. This includes an ad in 2011 that seemed to make light of a scandal involving Congressman Anthony Weiner, using humor that some found edgy and in questionable taste. The airline's willingness to push boundaries and create ads that generate buzz has certainly gotten them noticed. While these provocative campaigns have succeeded in attracting attention, they have also sparked criticism and backlash from some quarters. The public perception of Spirit Airlines can be influenced by these advertising tactics. In fact, some see the airline as daring and others find their approach offensive. So, does the controversial nature of their advertising ultimately harm or help the airline? To answer that question, let's take a closer look at Spirit Airlines' track record when it comes to customer satisfaction. The airline has consistently received low customer satisfaction scores, and these rankings are supported by data from reputable sources. One key indicator is Spirit's ranking on the American Customer Satisfaction Index, or ACSI, an important benchmark in measuring customer satisfaction. Spirit Airlines consistently finds itself at the lower end of the spectrum on this index. For example, in 2022, they received a score of 63 compared to an industry benchmark of 75. This places Spirit well below the industry average and indicates a significant gap in customer satisfaction. Legal troubles are also part of Spirit Airlines' checkered history, contributing to its negative publicity. One notable incident dates back to 2012 when Spirit refused to refund a ticket for a terminally ill Marine who was suffering from cancer. The Marine had failed to purchase a $14 ticket insurance option, and this refusal garnered widespread public outrage, leading to a damaging public relations crisis for the airline. Ultimately, Spirit's CEO apologized and issued the refund, but the damage to the airline's reputation had already been done. More recently, in a separate incident, Spirit Airlines faced a lawsuit related to an in-flight brawl. A group of women involved in the altercation claimed that excessive alcohol served to them during the flight fueled the fight. This lawsuit highlighted safety concerns and raised questions about the airline's handling of in-flight disturbances. So, with these legal troubles and negative publicity in mind, how has Spirit Airlines managed to navigate its reputation, and what lies ahead for the airline in terms of public perception? Are you familiar with the proposed merger between JetBlue and Spirit Airlines? This merger proposal has garnered significant attention and, notably, opposition from the U.S. Justice Department. The Justice Department has raised concerns about the impact of the merger on competition and pricing within the airline industry. They argue that the merger could potentially give JetBlue a disproportionate share of the market for low-cost air travel. This could lead to reduced competition and higher ticket prices for travelers. As a result of the opposition, a lawsuit has been filed challenging the merger. The trial for this lawsuit is scheduled to begin next month in federal court. This legal battle is crucial for the future of the proposed merger and has the potential to shape the landscape of the airline industry. Moreover, JetBlue is leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to secure regulatory or court approval for its proposed merger with Spirit Airlines. JetBlue has entered into an agreement to transfer certain operations of Spirit Airlines at specific airports to Allegiant Air, an ultra-low-cost carrier. This strategic move aims to demonstrate JetBlue's commitment to promoting competition within the airline industry. This could potentially mitigate some of the regulatory hurdles they face. Now, the importance of this agreement cannot be overstated. It showcases JetBlue's willingness to make concessions and engage in measures that address the antitrust concerns raised by regulatory bodies. And by divesting certain airport operations to Allegiant Air, they aim to maintain a competitive landscape while still pursuing the merger. So, as we consider the proposed merger's potential impact on the airline industry, one question lingers. Can Spirit Airlines change its image and improve customer satisfaction? With the ongoing legal battle and the dynamics of the airline industry at play, the future for both Spirit Airlines and the proposed merger remains uncertain. So, what do you think about Spirit's proposed merger with JetBlue? And would you believe Spirit can alter its image? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more business insights.